Thanks for joining us. I'm Allison Twait. With the Illinois primary election a little less than a week away, candidates are on the move, including Republican presidential candidate Ron Paul. Paul spent some time at the University of Illinois in Urbana to do some last-minute campaigning. My co-anchor Nancy Youssef attended the visit Wednesday night and joins us live in the studio. Nancy?
That's right, Allison. Ron Paul can sure draw a huge crowd. With about 5,000 people and lots of chanting, Paul made sure everyone knew he's fighting for freedom, liberty, and restoring the United States of America.
It sounds like the revolution has arrived to Illinois. I'm delighted to be here with you.
With only 4,500 seats in Huff Hall, it was standing room only for Ron Paul's speech. But those who were able to find a seat and listen say this was an opportunity of a lifetime.
Honestly, I love the movement behind Ron Paul. His answers are so authentic. He doesn't sound like the typical, pre-rehearsed answers.
When I heard he was coming to Champaign, I just couldn't give up the opportunity to see him. He's always been my hero.
Ron Paul was the hero for many of his supporters last night after discussing how he will restore freedom and liberty.
Have no privacy, and the government becomes more secret every single day. And if we're going to have more openness in government, why don't we start with more openness to find out what the Federal Reserve is doing? Why don't we have an anniversary party by repealing the Federal Reserve Act?
Along with repealing the Reserve Act, Ron Paul talked about repealing another law.
Let's repeal the Patriot Act.
Paul says following one rule is a good way to end some of our problems.
Why don't we consider a foreign policy where we think about the golden rule? How would we like to be treated?
While speaking to U of I students, Paul pushed for another change that hits closer to home.
The students will once again be able to choose their own mascots.
It's freedom and liberty. It's the idea that you're in control of your own life.
Everything that he continues to say, I enjoy to hear. I believe him, and so I stand for him.
Ron Paul is also urging students to vote. He says it's the only way for your voice to be heard. Illinois' primary election is March 20th. Live in the studio, I'm Nancy Youssef.